Saturday night, you and I were talking yesterday. I've been watching football in that stadium for over 30 years. A lot of our listeners, a lot longer than that. That's as special of a night as that stadium has produced, especially in the pregame for senior night. What was your point of view, and what was the emotions that you were experiencing as your son ran out of that tunnel?
But we knew it was going to be emotional for Joe and us as a family. We knew there was going to be a lot of appreciation shown by the fans, but it was way more than we even anticipated. So just another example of the whole thing being a little overwhelming. And I think that the best way to really see it is to just look at the pictures of me and my wife and Joe and our hugs and stuff, and that kind of gives you the feel of really what we were feeling at the time, and really a special night. It's really unbelievable.
Did you know about the Burrow EAUX jersey that was going to go down?
Well, they had somebody had told me, I think, on Friday, and I shared it with Robin and Jamie, and I kind of forgot to mention it to Dan, and he's standing on the sidelines, and Jamie mentioned it to him, and he looked at me like, "Well, you didn't tell me." We had actually talked about it a little, but we just never thought it was possible. And then I guess Joe came up, Tuesday and just got it done. So it was a special tribute to the people of Louisiana, and I just had a text message with that, the part of that on a billboard somewhere in Louisiana. So
wow.
It's going up everywhere, and again, just another example of a very special night.
It's right here in Baton Rouge on Acadian Thruway. There's one on Canal Street in New Orleans, I was told. I mean, it's as good as advertisement as LSU can use, and right there behind the mind of your son, who has given LSU fans such magical moments over the last 2 years and watching him play. How do you feel about this group now loading up and going to play for ultimately their second championship now that they have a Western Division title, but really the SEC title on Saturday? How do you feel about this one?
Well, again, that's the realization of the goal of the team is to get to that SEC championship and win it. And Georgia is obviously a very tough challenge. You look back at the games they played in Alabama in the championship and their games in the playoffs, and they lost the game they shouldn't have, but they're going to be ready and they're going to play their best football game on Saturday, but hopefully we are too. Defense is really played well the other night, coming on strong, and the offense keeps rolling, so it should be a heck of a game.
Yeah, Coach, and that's what I wanted to pick your brain on as a longtime defensive mind. That was probably the first time all year where when I was watching that film, I was actually more interested in the defense. The pass rush was fabulous. A lot of confusing angles and stunts. When you watch this game, what did you see from LSU defensively?
Well, I think I saw a lot of people that are getting healthy, and that's a big part of how well you play. And when that group's healthy, then you can be more aggressive, and you can rely on extra pressure and knowing that the guys in the back end are healthy and can cover like they can and look like they're capable of. But if you're not playing at 100%, whether you're a D lineman or a linebacker or secondary guy, you just can't play with 100% confidence. And Coach Aranda has to limit some of his the things he does if you're not healthy. So the bottom line is it looked like it didn't matter which 11 guys were out there; they were all very healthy and ready to play at a high level.
So the storyline around here, it seems like it would be a magical ending to just an incredible season if Joe was able to cap this thing off by playing Ohio State in the national championship in New Orleans. That would just kind of be a Hollywood script. What's the storyline up in Ohio with Ohio State? Well, I mean, what are they kind of talking about on their projections, and maybe did they see the possibility or want the possibility of LSU because of Joe?
Well, I think the fans do. I'm not sure if anybody at either school you want to play each other, but and the championship game would be awesome. But the fans at LSU and at Ohio State are more probably into looking ahead and saying, wow, what a great matchup that would be. And I think as many Buckeye fans as Joe has that particular night, they'd swing back to Ohio State. But you don't blame them. That's what they should do. But
sure.
It'd probably be the most watched game that's maybe ever been in college football if you did have those two matchups. But Joe and LSU and Coach O, they've done a great job at focusing on one game at a time. I know that's coach speak, but it is important to do that and to relay that message to your team. And I know Coach Aranda is all over that this week.
Yeah.
So Coach O was here 40 minutes ago, and we asked him about his relationship with Joe's family, obviously being his star player. And here's what he said. I want to get your reaction to it.
Phenomenal. I feel that we're friends. I'm very appreciative that they trusted us. Obviously, they had to take a leap of faith. They are great people. They're great parents. Remind me of our parents. I mean, they raised some great sons. They love their boy, and I think this has been a great year for them. It's been a win-win situation for everybody.
When you hear that from the head coach, what's your feelings?
Well, you kind of get emotional because that is the guy that we placed our trust in to take care of Joe and make sure he fit in and make sure things were going as we had hoped. And to hear that is again just another example of a special relationship that we have. Another example of why Joe chose LSU. He wanted to play football at the highest level, but when push comes to shove, it basically came down to trusting in Coach Aranda and his staff, and I mean you can feel it in his statement there, and I know speaking for Robin and me and my boys, it'll be a special relationship and a bond that'll last forever. It's not just going to be during this season, and we feel great about that, and we'll be lifelong LSU fans, but lifelong Coach Aranda fans for sure.
Do you remember the first time y'all met? Like, was it? I guess I'm just wondering. Coming from Ohio, like, was it during the summer? Was it just hot as hell down here? And you got this kind of garrulous Cajun man talking to you. Like, what was that first meeting like?
Well, we got off the plane there in Baton Rouge and got taken over to the facility, which at the time was in the football stadium, and that was our first time that we had a chance to meet him. Very outgoing, very personable. You could tell he was fired up, and you could tell he was sincere about wanting to make sure Joe and Robin and me and Dan was there. Just he wanted to make sure that we had a special visit, and but again, it was part of the. And it started to develop right away. But he was fired up. You could tell he was a great recruiter from the get-go there.
Yeah, it's worked out. Joe will go down as one of the best LSU football players of all time, and
Maybe
he's still got potentially 3 left to play. Coach, we love the segment every week, but I think everybody's looking forward to the next segment. We're going to talk to Robin and see the mom's point of view.
Yes,
it's we're looking forward to it. We appreciate you helping us out with that, and as always, we appreciate your time.
Okay, she's over there working as the principal today, so she'll have to put on a different hat on the phone. So she's looking forward to it.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Playing a little hooky.
We'll see you in Atlanta.